Alright, what is up? This is Slow Plays, and I am back at it again with some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 DLC 17 / I guess 18 at this point, speculation videos, because we're getting into this. I think at this point in time, DLC 17, the free update that we had, has pretty much completed. Okay, it's the end of the year at this point, / it might be, you know, next year in 2024 by the time that this is posted. But I wanted to talk about more speculation in regards to who this mysterious character might be, or just what we might see in this next DLC, okay? Because we're really getting into, you know, not the end game, but the realm of, you know, seeing more information, hopefully, okay? January could have potential of showing something in V-Jump, or obviously Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour might reveal something in regards to Xenoverse 2 content, right? So let's talk about the possibility of BARDOCK, okay? I've, you know, touched upon this in the past whenever this was first revealed and everything, and I still do think that BARDOCK has a strong possibility of being some type of, you know, main contender in this DLC. It could be a new version of him, okay? It being this version, Xeno Bardock from the, I guess this is the Time Patrol version of him after he gets freed from the masked Saiyan type of deal that he had going on. I could be wrong. The Dragon Ball Heroes timeline and things are very confusing, okay? And again, throughout this video, there might be some things that I maybe misinterpret, or I'm personally not understanding about the Dragon Ball Heroes timeline. I'm just going off of my interpretation, and, you know, you can absolutely comment down in the comment section and correct me if I'm wrong on anything. However, big shout outs to a couple of people, because, you know, we have Vixen here and Sinful Boredom. They're both saying BARDOCK, okay, in terms of who this character might be. And like I said, back when we first did speculation, it looks like this kind of fills the gap for BARDOCK, right? The only thing that keeps throwing me off, as I've stated in several, you know, videos that we've speculated, this weird piece of spiky, I don't know if it's fur or what, it could be a part of, you know, his clothing that he's wearing. Some people said it's like ripped clothing. It's just such a very specific, really large piece of spiky, I don't even know what that is, dude. Material? I don't know. It could be part of his body. I don't know, okay? So that could lead me to believe that this might be some new original character. That's always, you know, up on the table as a possibility. But you see the aura? Okay, the aura could be anything, right? There's been speculation of Rose Goku Black or some type of Rose transformation. There's been speculation of it being a dark demon sort of form, or just the villainous form or something. I don't know, man. Like, it's very, very difficult to figure out who this is. The armor, it looks like armor. Okay, it definitely looks like armor, so it could be Saiyan armor, and it really does fit this version of BARDOCK, okay, because he doesn't have the weird pad things that are coming out of the waist that he normally would with BARDOCK. This is like a fresh, cleaner costume that he wears, right? So let's go back to Xeno Bardock, okay? We gotta let me do a little history on this character, and again, I could be wrong on this, but in Dragon Ball Online, Xeno Bardock, I think he made his debut in that series first, and that's why we see him in Xenoverse. Again, the Xenoverse series is based off of Dragon Ball Online, and it has a lot of material that's taken from Dragon Ball Online. Few, for example, a character that wasn't really, you know, displayed. He was a baby at that point, got his own revamp into an adult/teen character that we could buy as DLC and actually play as, okay? And that was his debut, was in Xenoverse 2 in terms of his new adult version, and then we saw him in Dragon Ball Heroes. Now, when it comes to Dragon Ball Heroes content, again, I know it's not taboo, but we just don't really see Dragon Ball Heroes stuff in Xenoverse. People bring up Mira, Tawa, Demigra, and Few as examples of characters that are from you know, Dragon Ball Heroes. And for a while, there was a point early on whenever this game first came out and everything, and I wasn't fully understanding it. I did think that was the case. I always thought, oh, Heroes content could happen, right? Because, you know, Mira and Tawa and them, you know, Demigra, they're all in it, right? But they're actually from online first, okay? Again, everything that is in Xenoverse 2 that is kind of special or different, or, you know, something that's unique, it was from Dragon Ball Online first, okay? And then they ended up putting it in Heroes later, right? So that's why there's a lot of confusion with that, and I personally have been confused. But Xeno Bardock, okay, there's something about this version of him that we see in Xenoverse 2 that is different from what we're seeing in Dragon Ball Online. And this is where you can correct me if I am wrong, but I don't recall Xeno Bardock / Mass Saiyan Bardock or anything ever using any transformations in regards to Super Saiyan, okay? We know in the episode of Bardock, he has Super Saiyan, so it's like, okay, all right, maybe they're just trying to take it from that, right? But he goes to Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3 in Xenoverse 2. That's an actual thing that you can unlock, okay? Like, he can actually transform up until Super Saiyan 3, which I thought was kind of crazy, okay? I can't remember if he had transformations in the first Xenoverse. It's been so long, but yeah. That was a pretty big major thing, okay? Having Super Saiyan 3 Bardock playable in, like, a worldwide main console game was major, okay, at the time whenever it first dropped, right? So that was actually something that got, you know, displayed in Dragon Ball Heroes, okay? I believe that was in Heroes first. And again, you can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But if I recall correctly, Bardock goes through all his transformations as well as Super Saiyan 4. And that's what Sinful Boredom was pointing out. And I mean, several other people have pointed this out too and everything. But in the trailer, okay, pointing out that you can see the Saiyan armor, the bumpy fur texture they use, and a spiked up tail over his shoulder. I've seen that speculation a lot, okay? People have said that this isn't even part of his shoulder. It's actually from behind, okay? It's an appearance of, or it's something from behind. And it could be his tail curving up, you know, curving upwards or whatever, right? And maybe, I just feel like the thickness of it and how large it is, it's just too big. And again, I could be wrong whenever it actually drops. It might actually be Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, right? But the aura doesn't quite match. Unless he's Super Saiyan 4 Bardock with fucking evil influence or whatever, which I really hope they don't do another, oh, let's mind control Bardock again. Like, that's getting repetitive at this point. We already had that. You know, that's enough, right? But again, we know at this point, I mean, if you don't know, at the very end of the story mode or whatever, Bardock goes back to, or doesn't go back, but he goes into this other dimension with Mira, and then you fight Mira and you beat him, and you leave Mira there, and then Bardock goes off to some other realm or timeline or something like that, and we don't really know what happens to him after that. People have speculated, oh, he becomes your mentor at the very end, and the reason why I don't really see that as like as closure, okay, for this, I think they intentionally left it open up into like interpretation. Like you choose, okay, you choose like what, like where did he go, right? There's like an option, which was weird. I don't know why they did that, but again, it's probably just to, you know, leave it up until interpretation for the player, right? So I think they intentionally did that to leave it off kind of as a cliffhanger for what they were going to plan for the future. And maybe they planned it a lot earlier of what they wanted to do, but things got changed and everything, and they wanted to just focus on the DLC, okay? And they haven't really touched upon this. And people I know are going to bring up, what about, you know, DLC Pack 13, where we see Fu and Bardock teaming up, and then Bardock, you know, has that flashy Super Saiyan type of deal when he kills Frieza or whatever. That's a different timeline version of Bardock. This version of, you know, Xeno Bardock, this version, the one that we see at the end of the base game story mode or whatever, is not the same as what we saw before, where, you know, or not before, but what we saw in that DLC 13 story mode where he teams up with Fu, okay? That's the one that is in that, you know, specific timeline, like the normal timeline of Bardock, right? This one is different. This is the one that was kidnapped, brainwashed, and turned into the Masked Saiyan, and then freed, and then joins the Time Patrollers, you know, later on and stuff, right? And this is still the same Bardock that becomes the, what is it, the hooded warrior in black or whatever, where he's teaming up with Aos or Agios or whatever her name was, the other Supreme Kai, which, man, I really hope that they bring her into things, or even in, for example, like Xenoverse 3. I know I'm going off topic, but she would be such a great story character, right? That could like push the narrative of everything. I think that'd be fantastic. But again, it's kind of crazy that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, okay, this specific game, for them not wanting to do Heroes content, they actually did, in a sense, okay, not really, but they kind of did take stuff from Heroes, where he got Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3, right? because I don't recall him having that in any other game or series or anything. It was from Heroes. They did it first, and then Xenoverse 2, for whatever reason, they were like, all right, let's just add him, but we're not going to do Heroes content. We'll just add Super Saiyan 3 Bardock, okay? So if they're going to go as far as to do that, right, why not Super Saiyan 4 Bardock? What's stopping them? Nothing, really nothing, okay? Now, if it is Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, okay, keep in mind, it would have to be a separate character slot, okay? It wouldn't really make any sense for him to, unless they're going to be badass as hell and be cool and say, hey, fuck, give him a transformation, right? I doubt it, okay? But Xenoverse can be kind of unpredictable, and they could do some cool things, right? They've done it in the past where they've kind of surprised us, like, whoa, they're doing something they normally don't do. What? Right? But yeah, I think if they do end up doing Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, I think that would make for a really, really cool addition to Xenoverse 2. It's not super crazy, like I said, just because if they've already done Super Saiyan 3 Bardock and Super Saiyan 2 Bardock as a transformation for the Awakening on his character, okay, there's really nothing stopping them from doing this version, okay? I feel like Bardock, for whatever reason, to them is that exception. And the fact that they haven't added a Super Saiyan 4 Bardock yet, you know, it surprises me. And I'm not saying we're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point for Xenoverse 2 characters, but we're definitely getting close to, you know, running out of characters that they could put. There's still a lot that they could do, but I'm saying really, really hype characters. Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, that shit would sell insane amounts of money, and it would actually work very well with the story, okay? But again, when it comes to this version of him, okay, I don't think this is what we're seeing right here explicitly in this part, in this teaser. I don't think that's Super Saiyan 4 Bardock, okay? It could be this version of him, right? The reason why I don't think is because obviously, I mean, look at it, okay? Look at the comparison. Do you see it? Do you see the issue? But Super Saiyan 4, in every iteration, at least that we've seen, unless it was the female or male, what is it, heroes characters, the avatar characters like Beaten Note, Super Saiyan 4 characters do not have clothes in terms of like a shirt or armor or anything. It's just their fur exposed, and that's it, right? So we're actually seeing some type of armor, or at least some type of visible clothing on this version of this character, right? So I don't think it's Super Saiyan 4 Bardock in this specific image. However, I do think Super Saiyan 4 Bardock is definitely up on the table. He's like the one exception of a Heroes character, okay? Unless they want to finally do Heroes characters, right? They could always do that. But I'm just saying, if they don't want to, and they're sort of like, let's kind of mess around, play around with the material that we can use. We already got Super Saiyan 3 Bardock. Fuck it. Let's go and add Super Saiyan 4, okay? Would make for a really cool character that I personally wouldn't really expect. I mean, I know I'm making this video speculating about it, but again, I've speculated on the same damn screenshot. This one screenshot, I've made like 17,000 videos on it. Okay, rent due, right? Rent due, as everybody likes to say. But no, I do very much enjoy talking about this kind of stuff because it's interesting, it's compelling to me. I love Xenoverse. You guys know how much I am passionate about this fucking game, okay? And I want to see cool shit happen. And this would be some cool shit. It would sell like a mofo, and I'm pretty sure y'all would buy this, right? Comment down below. If Super Saiyan 4 Bardock dropped as actual DLC that you could purchase, would you buy this? I would buy 57 of them, right? So that's gonna be it for this video. I know it got kind of crazy and long. These videos always become a lot longer than I expect. I'm like, okay, I'm just talking about this one image in Bardock, okay? 5-minute video, and then, you know, we're at like 10, 13 minutes, right? But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, I do apologize for the delay on any Xenoverse 2 speculation videos. Been doing a lot of Sparking Zero content, so I hope you guys are enjoying that. But don't worry, Xenoverse 2 is not going anywhere. I got a lot of cool ideas, so comment down below what other speculation and stuff that you want to see. I'll keep you guys updated on any info, news, or our weekly updates that we have in terms of raids or just whatever changes that they add to the game. And until then, I hope you have an amazing day. Happy New Year. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching Slow Plays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.